Don't even read the chat. They can blow me. Tell me how I don't come to where you work and slap dicks out of your hand.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
All righty. All right, here we go. I don't even know who's here, what they're going to do, what the issue is.
Yeah. There's never an issue, Jamingo. All I need is you, buddy. We'll get through it.
Right. Okay. So you're recording. I'm recording. Let me shut the fucking phone off.
Yeah, mute your phone, you motherfucker.
Well, I was afraid to do all that because I didn't know how I was going to get how people were going to come after me.
You know what's really weird is I've watched a couple of Boomer Bunkers on the Rumble thing, and for some reason it really starts to fuck with the stream. Like I don't know if I need to cut it back like 10 seconds and let it buffer, but like when I'm listening to it live, like it really it smears the audio, if that makes sense.
All right, so we were supposed to go live on Rumble tonight. I found out that once you set Rumble, it's very hard to unset it. So I tried to go back and move it up a half hour.
Sure.
And it says, nope, you got to pick another time. I'm like, I can't pick another time. So then I was like, fuck you, Rumble. We're going live on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we're live on YouTube. Hey, everybody.
That's fine. Hello.
We had, as you could tell, our guest isn't here.
That's okay. What are you going to do, man?
So we'll just go into.
I will chastise them later. They might still show up, so we'll see. I said, hey, if you can get in, you can. If you can't, great. Hopefully he returns my text because that will actually annoy me a little bit.
If he doesn't return your text?
Yes.
So
I'm sure you feel the same way. Even if it's, hey, go fuck yourself, at least hit me back and be like, hey, saw your message. Sorry, can't make it. I'm a big boy.
All right, let's just start the music.
Play the fucking music, John Jamingo.
On my shaft now because I've been beating off all goddamn day.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Rubberneckers podcast, episode 83. I am one of your hosts, John, and alongside me is Jody Bananas.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Not too bad.
How are you going to dox me like that, you piece of shit?
Sorry about that. You know what? I don't even have our little things up on inside here. I guess it's our names.
I spent the better half of 7 goddamn years in podcasting trying to keep my last name a secret, and you're just going to put me on blast like that, Jamingo.
Don't blame me. Blame Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks. He's the one that gave you the name.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Well, as you can see, we don't have a guest. This is the first time. Usually, so far, we've never had someone do a no show.
Yeah. Well, let's leave it to me. I get another black guy besides Delvin to show up, and he's late.
So you were a little late. I'm sitting here. I'm always like 15 minutes ready to go, sitting here waiting, breathing into the microphone. And then all of a sudden I see, we're going to start at 8:30. I'm like, okay, well, that's going to be, I got to hurry up and do some things.
I got to get used to the summertime schedule thing, man, because now my kid doesn't have to get up at like 6 to go to school. The fucking dog's here. Like it's a whole thing, and it's been a thing. So I'm really having a hard time adjusting.
Yeah. So Blade, the streamer, says, sup, fat dick and big prick. I'll let you decide who's who.
Yeah, which one's which?
How eyes you? Oh, I don't know.
I'm big prick.
I could be both. I was just both.
Yeah, AKA
fat dick, big prick. I could be both. I sent a guy out of our Twitter DM today. He got all mad and left the building like Elvis, man. He just out he went.
Yeah, you have that effect on people, Jamingo. I've noticed.
Red from Shitty Song of the Week. We were talking, and next thing I know, he's like, he left the building just because I made a joke that he wasn't funny, and his joke fell flat. I don't know. What do I know?
He's definitely gotten funnier over the years. I'll give him that. Some is a dud. I have a dud every once in a while. God damn it.
everybody tells a bad joke every once in a while. All right, but listen, I'm just going to go through this show, and we're just going to do the show like.
Yeah, there was only a couple of those in there that were specifically for our esteemed
buddy.
guests. So yeah, we're good.
All right, so
What's first on the docket, Mr. Jamingo, if you please?
Yeah, let me get to.
It's enough fucking small talk.
Right. Sorry. This was kind of an interesting topic for me because it's to me the title should have been, "What the fuck did you think was going to happen?"
Oh, I like these.
Right. Here it is. New York vending machine giving out free crack pipes is emptied in less than 24 hours.
That's pretty quick. How many do you think they put in there, John? Like, you know, on a Coke machine, they never put like all Coca-Cola. There's like Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper. Like, how many crack pipes do you think they could fit in that there machine?
Well, I would say there's got to be at least 10 per row there. You know, that you put them in there and then you hit the button. Well, here's the funny thing. Everything's free. You don't have to pay for it. You just walk up, say what you want. I want a crack pipe. C13. Boom, down drops a crack pipe. Or
do they have a crack in the machine too? Because that would be convenient.
See, you're not allowed to do that. But what they have is Narcan. They had that in there. They had needles in there. So what happened was junkies
said condoms too. That's hilarious.
Right. So they just came in and just started emptying the fucking machine out. And I bet you they took them and sold them out on the street.
That's fucking crazy. So, okay, can you go back up to that real quick, the vending machine? Because I hope that's just like a jetty image, because I feel like they would make little bags, right? Just individual bags that would spit out a crack pipe, a condom, a pipe cleaner, and a fucking... Well, but they don't have a row of crack. I was being funny at first, but they don't have like rows of crack pipes and rows of condoms and rows of Narcan. Like you just get a bag of shit, I would assume.
So here's what he says. He restocked 5 trays of naloxone, 2 trays of fentanyl testing kits, and he would return later to refill the machine with other products.
Huh.
A safer smoking kit, which contained a heavy stem mouthpiece, pusher, 6 screens, a chewer filter, lip balm for people wanting to smoke crack.
As you do.
Each tray in the machine held between 13 and 18 products, which were free to the public to take. Kuashi, is that a rapper?
Kwashi?
I guess, who worked for the nonprofit agency, carried the additional supplies in a Trader Joe's reusable bag.
Shout out Trader Joe's.
The words "poor choices" were chalked on the sidewalk directly outside of the machine. I have a lot of feedback from people, and they were very happy to see it was free. So we had an idea that some of the selections were going to go quickly. Speaking about the restocking, I would estimate probably twice a day, depending on what items are going quicker than others.
That's hot, dude. I hope there's a dealer standing right next to it, just leaning up against it. That would be the best situation, I think.
Right. One disgruntled resident who can see the vending machine from her bedroom window complained that it should be put in the lobby of one of the resource buildings rather than on the street. She also said that it could be hazardous for children walking past who may think the drug paraphernalia machine is stocked with candy.
Oh, there's candy in there. All right.
Oh, yeah. The initial $11,000 taxpayer money is for the machine, but not for the daily restocks.
This is fucked up because I think you still can't put beer in a vending machine. Can we get Bud Light vending machines now, please? Coors Light, whatever the not, PC thing is.
Well, you couldn't get Coors Light, but what you could get would be a machine that had the cozies for everything that you needed to drink Coors Light, but you couldn't get the Coors Light.
So you get some ibuprofen, something to piss in.
Yeah, something like that. Like a little cooler, a bag of ice, everything that you would need to drink Bud Light, but you couldn't get the Bud Light. So the city Democrats hailed it as a watershed public health moment, calling a press conference to tout their initiative and promise more down the line. So they're going to start putting these all over the city.
They should put a Plan B machine. I don't know if maybe they need a coat hanger machine. I don't know if it was New York, so it's probably still Plan B okay.
You would think by now that we could have something that would be able that people could perform self-abortions that would be better than a coat hanger. You think in today's situations you could have something that was like a baby snake. A baby snake that would go up there and just snake the kid out. You go up there, kind of like
just a robot arms comes out of the bottom. It's like, place yourself here.
In the elevator business, whenever you dropped a screw and it went down into something, you had this thing. It was you'd push a plunger and it would have 3 prongs. It would go out, grab something, and you could pick it back up.
Like a claw machine.
Yeah, like a claw machine. You just need a baby snake. So you just fish it up the hoo-ha, and you get to where the baby is, and you grab that little fucker by the head, and you pull him right out.
It's pretty good, like a king cake.
Yeah.
Look at that. It says free access to the strips, Narcan, condoms, tampons, nicotine gum, first aid kits, maxi pads, vitamin C, and COVID-19 tests. Well, haven't they just thought of everything?
Yes, they did.
Then we're going to get syringes in the next ones. Oh.
Apparently, Duchess doesn't like the term baby snake. I think it's a great
baby snake.
Baby snake.
Baby.
All right, that's got to. Let me write that down. That might be a title of an episode.
You should let the crackhead behind them get a prize if they actually snake it out of there for them. You get it in 3 tries.
Yeah. Get it in 3 tries. Win yourself a crack pipe.
Hey.
I don't know. Like I said, the amount of money that they spend on stupid shit like this.
What did that say? I saw a number with a comma in it up there above that. $11,000, I think it said.
That was just for the machine. That's not for the stuff they're putting in the machine.
Oh goodness,
dude! What we should do is learn how to make really cheap crack pipes.
Yeah,
and sell them to the city of New York.
We could by hand. These are artisanal crack pipes.
Yeah. Poodle Stink says, sounds like it would be better if it was a claw machine.
I like his idea too. Like it should be just a claw machine either way. It's just in case you happen to be a lady looking for an abortion, you get the crackhead behind you an extra spin if he grabs a hold of that baby.
Yeah. Hey, Edward, our guest isn't here, so if you want to jump in, let me know and I'll send you a link to Discord. Or Discord. Jesus Christ.
That would be fine, Edward, if you'd like to do that.
If you want to come over.
Hold on, we'll wait.
Since you're going to have to edit this mess.
Yeah, that's the funny part. We can do all kinds of goofy shit now. Make fart noises.
Yeah, hang on. Where is our thing here? Here we go. I'll put it in here. Let's see. See if he wants it. It's going to Discord there, buddy.
Yeah.
You can go to Discord and jump on there if you want. No problem. Just make sure you start your recording before you come in.
I don't see this happening in a lot of cities. Like it's got to be the places like the big ones. You might get someplace in Florida, maybe Texas, but it's just going to be LA and New York, right? They're not going to put these things everywhere. Not a chance.
San Francisco is just swirling the drain right now. They have like this all the shops and stores in the city are closing down. All the commercial buildings, they're closing down. There's just nothing there. And you can't have a car in San Francisco because they break the window and immediately go in. They break into every car out there. So here's the best story. The news is there doing a story on how the cars are getting broken into. They broke it in a news car.
Good.
A news car.
Fucking good. That's what you get.
All right, Mike. Stop this. Don't tell Eugene to come in. How dare you?
That's always kind of been the most liberal place on earth, right? San Francisco, California?
Yeah, I would think so.
I imagine the place has just been covered up with dirty hippies and fucking weirdos since its inception.
Yeah. It's really weird. I was just, I was out there one time and it was gorgeous. It was a beautiful city. Now I'm talking like in the 90s.
Yeah.
All right.
Back when Full House was a thing, like that was the golden age.
But then again, Philadelphia's the same way. Philadelphia wasn't that bad. The everything was being cleaned up. New York was a lot better, and now these are just shitholes. Like that, they go to Kensington and they go there and they just watch all the drug zombies like bend over, The guy's sound asleep, leaning over a fire hydrant.
Oh, I've seen the fucking videos, dude. There's dudes doing the Thriller dance, leaning all the way back and shit, standing up. Them drugs got a hold on motherfuckers nowadays.
Yeah, as he's drinking his beer.
It's crazy. Like Michigan gets a bad case of it, right? Because they got Detroit and Flint. Now, those are like two of the shitholiest places. I think if you make a list, Detroit and Flint, that's going to be two of the top ones, right?
Right.
Barring a couple of the other like extraordinarily terrible places. Memphis, Tennessee is probably one of them.
You know, it's really weird. Memphis, I didn't even think that would be a bad city. But from what I understand,
that place is tough.
It is horrible.
Yeah.
So I was talking the other day on the Boomer Bunker about how that the millennials and the Gen Zers
here we go.
are they just think that the world owes them. I've never seen a more entitled bunch of people in my entire life.
I don't know. I think Gen Xers are probably a little more entitled. You don't think?
No, Gen Xers, they're like the last. They were the last ones that grew up without the internet. Like they didn't have like
stupid. Yes, stupid people.
Right. So then, but millennials, they grew up. They always had the internet ever since they were a kid. Mm-hmm. You know, they had AIM, that American online instant chat messaging.
Yeah, age, sex, location, dude. I've been through it. I'm an elder millennial, technically, I think.
So here's a woman who was a teacher in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
and she got a rude awakening.
That's another blue teardrop in an extremely red state, huh?
Exactly. And here's again, this is my issue: is everybody from California is moving to Austin, Texas. Like they're leaving because California is such a shithole state, and I don't think it should be allowed.
That's a hell of a leap. You don't think? Like you don't think any of those people got to New Mexico and they were like, "Oh, this is probably the same," instead of going to full blown Texas.
No, it's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan did all this. Joe Rogan went to Austin and said, "You know what? I'm going to come here and I'm going to make Austin like the new Hollywood." And
like
he brought
a hurricane.
And he brought all his comedian friends and everybody, and they all started going here. And then everybody else started going to Texas. The problem is they're going to take their same views and vote the same way to people that ruin California. They're going to do the same fucking thing in Texas.
I don't think so.
Oh, we'll see.
They can try. I mean, that's the thing is like I just said, it's a blue teardrop in an extremely red state. Like Austin is a very liberal city, but Texas is red.
Yeah.
Red.
So here's the story. We'll let the news lady tell the story.
Ooh, Jessica Rivera.
That school year was Sofia De Loreto Chetty's first year teaching third grade at Austin's Becker Elementary School. Being a first-year teacher, she faced many challenges. So when the principal called her in for a meeting this March, she thought they were going to discuss ways they could help her in the classroom.
They brought me that list of concerns. I was a little taken aback. It caused me to have quite a bit of anxiety.
Some of the concerns on that list mention doing a book study on Harry Potter, not responding to emails in a timely manner, and her students choosing to sit for the Pledge of Allegiance.
It just felt...
All right. So in other words...
Sitting for the pledge in Texas?
Right.
That lady's lucky they didn't take her out back and shoot her.
So she thought that they were having a meeting so she could tell the administrators how they could better support her.
Oh, like an airing of grievances, she thought?
Yeah, she thought that she was doing, like she was beyond reproach. You know, I'm here, I'm teaching the kids, I'm doing a wonderful job because I'm wonderful. And, you know, I'm a teacher and my students love me. And
she say that she got a complaint for a book report on Harry Potter?
Well, I think she was teaching the third graders or first graders. Now I can't remember what was
third grade, I think.
Third grade. So I guess she was teaching the third graders about Harry Potter. Now I don't know if that's against the law. I mean, most of them probably saw the movies anyhow.
Yeah, the age gap is a little, so it depends on what part of the book she's starting in. John,
I understand that, but there's certain things you have to do when you're a teacher. One is respond to emails, and again, everybody sends an email. And I think I hated it when I was a supervisor, but they never stop. The
You need a
emails.
voice changer. But John, don't you understand that like emails are so taxing? Like, God, it's really hard for me to sit and focus while I've got all the stress of these parents asking me questions.
How much do they want me to do? I mean, I have to teach the students. I have to dress the way I dress. I do and you want me to respond to emails? Why is everybody email me? Just let me do what I do, and if I need any help, I'll just ask for help. So, in other words, just shut the fuck up. Go back to your class, wherever you go, and I will take care of the students. Is that okay? Okay. Thank
I
you.
can kind of admire that, John.
Yeah, but that's not how the real world works. That's not how it works. You know, your boss comes in, looks at what you're doing, and their job is to tell you how to do your job better.
How
And
to
then-
improve.
Right. And then you sit there and go, you know what? I'll try.
I'll do my best, sir, to please
Yes.
you and make satisfactory remarks on your report there. Good
But
day.
not her. She's like, I was taken aback. I can't believe I was being criticized. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Got a performance review, you bitch.
Yeah. Oh, you're performance reviewing me. I thought I was supposed to be in here performance reviewing you as a first year teacher. I'm going to tell you what to do.
That's cute.
That's what I'm talking about. Wait a
What
minute.
happens? Is she gonna cry? Because I can get my dick out if I need to. Hold on.
Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame I didn't pull the other.
Demoralizing meeting. I think that's really the word for it. Where I didn't feel supported and I felt disrespected.
DiLoretto Chetty says the meeting left her in disbelief. That's when she went on TikTok venting on how her meeting went.
Uh-oh.
So she takes the memo or whatever that they gave her. She puts it up behind her as a green screen.
God damn it, John. She can't help herself, can she?
And she gets on there and starts telling, about, do you believe what they did? And I'll be honest with you, you can't find the video because she deleted it. So you can't find it.
Sure, but she was probably talking shit. It looks like the performance reviews behind with all the notes and everything. I think she drew hearts on it. Actually, she was taking her own notes.
Okay, so here you go. I think she does start. There's some part of the video here.
Okay, so today I got pulled into a check-in meeting with my administrator. I fell asleep and I woke up the next morning and it had 1.5 million views.
The next day, Human Resources called in DiLoretto Chetty into the district's office and put her on administrative leave.
Had my badge taken away, was locked out of all of the apps, was not allowed to communicate with anybody.
Is that ice cream truck going by your house, John?
Don't just from your lips to God's ears. No, it's actually in the video.
You got to chase that motherfucker down the street real slow. Hey,
Get my
come back
truck.
here, you fuck.
There's no chasing.
A high-speed ice cream chase.
Hey, can I just take a quick tangent right here?
Yeah, please. This lady's fucked.
So when I moved into the development that we lived in, I had 5 little kids.
Yes.
And we have a truck that runs around. It's called Mr. Softy.
Sure. I heard about him.
Has the music playing and all. So Mr. Softy came down the street one day and my kids went flying out the door like the house was on fire. And they stopped and Mr. Softy, can I get that? And I get back behind them. So they're already ordering. So I, get the wallet out and, the kids are, I don't know, whatever it is, like $10, $15 worth of ice cream. That son of a bitch every day in the summertime would come down our street and drive by at 2 miles.
Fucking dry, dude.
He would take forever to get by. And the kids were at the window because I said, listen, we can only have Mr. Softy once a week. Okay. Once a week. We'll go out. We'll have Mr. Softy. Every day he would crawl down the street.
He knew what he was doing. He got you hooked. The first one's for free, bitch.
And my kids are clawing the windows like a cat trying to get out of the house.
Oh, what a savage. I hope he had a bell on top and he would see you right in the window and be like, bing, 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 bing.
I felt like going outside and going, get out of here.
2-for-1 special on ice cream sandwiches. I'd be screaming that shit through the intercom.
Yeah.
Money.
God damn Softy, man. And listen, nobody loves Mr. Softy more than this guy.
I tell you what, I think you just gave me $1 million Shark Tank idea, but if Taco Bell had a fucking drive-by truck, that'd be pretty sick. Just driving through the neighborhood, offering burrito supremes. I'd chase that motherfucker down the street.
Oh, I could see it now.
It drives down the street and it's just fucking the big gong noise from Taco Bell.
Taco truck is coming!
Oh shit!
Get your daddy a taco, get your mama a burrito, get your grandmama chalupa, and get everybody a whole thing of what are those things with the chips? Nachos. Get the nachos.
Yeah, don't forget the sopapillas, you bitch, and they throw a shoe at your head.
What are those other things called? Tapas. Get some tapas. Jesus. All right, so hang on. So we're still talking about this teacher in Austin. She's so
she talks the shit. She goes to sleep.
She gets suspended. Now she's suspended. She's not allowed to talk to anybody, but she's still.
He violated AISD social media policy by posting her TikTok. In the employee handbook, it states if any employee's use of electronic communication interferes with the employee's ability to perform his or her duties, it could lead to termination.
They made it clear that it didn't have anything to do with my instructional practices or what I was teaching or how I was teaching. And it had everything to do with the fact that I had embarrassed one of my administrators on TikTok.
That's
also probably a dumb fucking idea. Even if that wasn't the thing you did, you kind of did. So probably don't do that, stupid.
Yeah, but that's a lie because she was being talked to, disciplined, shall we say, because she wasn't returning emails. And because she wasn't making the students stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Like, what is discipline in this sense? You had to sit in a chair across from your boss, maybe 2 or 3 bosses, like a board. And they said, hey, lady, you're doing okay. We got some complaints. Harry Potter's bad. Don't make your kids sit down for the pledge and answer your fucking emails. Cool.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, my fucking God.
You know, if I would go in and my boss says, listen, here's your review. This is the things you got to do. Make them stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Return the emails in a timely fashion. And let's not do Harry Potter.
My boss would be like, okay, listen, you have to get to school before first bell and possibly second bell. And could you try not to smell like weed when you get in here?
I'd be like, yeah, boss, that's no problem. I can handle that. Thank you very much. Shake their hand, get up, sign whatever I had to sign, and off I'd go.
They're going to give it to you in writing. Like, you don't have to hear everything they said. Just go, yep, sure, I'll do better, guy. Fist bump, I'm out.
Yeah, not her.
Don't take it so personally, dude.
Not her.
When asked what's next for the educator, she says,
I've been coming to the Capitol and advocating.
OnlyFans.
And so often I was the only teacher in the room giving testimony on policies that would affect teachers directly in the classroom.
Yeah, you know why? Because everybody else that's teachers are teaching because they have a job. You don't have a job anymore. So you could go to the Capitol and start whining and bitching about all the things that you think that they need from a teacher that has less than 1 year experience. Oh my God. Look who
is that with a knock on the door?
Look who
John, they're discriminating against this teacher because she's beautiful on TikTok, and I won't stand for it.
This is a clapback.
Thank you.
All right. So
he's a little bit younger than me, so maybe he has a different perspective. I think she fucked up, man. Don't go on TikTok and be also hot because there's about a bunch of creeps follow you on your thing and they're going to talk about you how you were wronged. All the white knights didn't do her justice in this case.
True.
So what I want to show you here is here she's telling them what to do. But then after this all went down, she was in her car crying.
Oh, hold that picture right there. That's the one I wanted, John. Thank you.
Do you need a minute, Jody?
I need about 35 seconds. You guys want to talk amongst yourself?
Now, can I tell you that this lady uses a lot of concealer? Look at those freckles.
I think she should wear them out. I like a little shit spray sprinkles across the bridge of the nose, dude.
To be honest with you, it looks like she just bent down behind somebody and they farted a diarrhea fart. And that's the look that you would get when you get farted with diarrhea on you.
John, honestly, that's body shaming, and I won't stand for that.
This is a clapback. Look, Edward got a new toy. Got a new sound drop.
It's great to have access to all the sound drops now. I can create my own.
The funny thing is now that Edward is editing the show, he'll send me a message. Can I have This is a clapback. Can I have this for my soundboard? Yeah, dude, take whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I'm polite, John. Thank you.
I wouldn't have asked. I would have just done it and then made
Exactly.
an AI of John saying, "I'll bend over and take that one in the ass."
Oh, I'm sure you could get. I'm very clippable. So
I'm gonna start a new podcast based on the old
So
edits.
she got fired and she's just hanging out on the Capitol. She's still there today, they say, just talking.
well, I dug a little deeper. Now she's running for some kind of office in Austin, like an advocate office or something. She's going to make changes from the inside.
Yep.
Power
gotta
to the
do.
people.
It's the right move.
I think so. God damn, Edward, I'm glad you're here. I missed you, buddy.
Oh, John.
I missed
softy.
you.
So our guest just texted me.
Did he?
He said he just got home.
He did.
We may have to kick Edward out.
It's fine.
No, just keep all four. I love to see Edward try.
That's
to
fine too. Yeah.
Let
Edit break.
me see if this is the one I want. Yes, here it is. Oh, should I wait? I don't know if I should wait. 'Cause it might take him a minute to get in here. Is he going to record his own audio?
I think so. We'll double check when he hops on just to make sure.
You know
He
what I
knows
forgot
how
to do,
to.
John.
I'll tell you what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, of course, Edward forgot. We can all hit record together and go.
There we go.
We just start the show over? I don't know.
We could. He's got to fucking go in like an hour. Bless your heart.
Do I start the show over? And we can put this at the end? Look at Edward shaking his head no.
Edward doesn't want to be a part of the whole show. He just wants to come in and tickle the balls. That's what he does.
That's double rate, John.
He got me all revved up for tonight, John. Now I'm going to shame him since he showed up. He got me all revved up. I thought we were going to sing songs to each other. John, I've listened to every episode of his show since I met him. And I know he likes to open his show with songs. That's his little fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
I sent him a song, a perfect duet. I said, Edward, let's sing this song. And he called me old and gay. It was Islands in the Stream by Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. And I was going to be Kenny Rogers, and I was practicing. I even sent him a trial version on a little singy bullshit on a Twitter thing. I sent him a preview, and all he sent back to me was, "You're old, ew, whatever the fuck. There's nothing popular or cool about that. Kill yourself," I think was the last part.
I mean,
so I was ready to show up tonight and perform and give it my all, and then he was like, "We don't want him.
Yeah,
you're fucking gay."
Yeah. You know, I'm just pooped out, you know, all these big shows that want me on now, you guys. I mean, I'm a little above
I think
pay grade at this point.
Domingo, I think technically he's been on WATP more than you and me both.
Shit.
Probably. Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
That's okay.
I think I cheated though. I used the back
I got
doorway.
this one.
Rob,
turn your camera on, fool.
Hey, man.
Or
I don't want,
the other because we can't see you.
my crotch is in the camera. Hold on.
Yeah. You need two cameras to get the whole thing?
There we go.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Why did I not just assume the black guy was going to show up an hour late?
Well, yeah, man.
I had my suspicions.
Well,
Listen, he's no dolphin. I'll tell you that.
Well, unlike some black men, I was doing things with my children.
Oh, that's a good point.
I will see my children eventually.
Yeah, that's a clapback.
This is a good.
No.
Oh,
Here I
Hey,
go.
Rob.
This show is a dumpster fire.
There you go.
of course it is.
All
I'm
right.
involved.
So what time do you need to be done by, Rob? Because I know you said you got to go to work at like 11.
Well, yeah, that's when I got to be leaving 11.
You got to
All right.
leave at 11. So if we start the show right now, could you do an hour and a half?
I guess my wife would probably look at me funny, but I don't give a fuck.
We don't have to do that. That's fine. I was just asking because he said something.
Where are you at, Rob? What time zone? I'm sorry.
Central.
I'm central.
So it's 10 o'clock.
Love this time break.
It's 9 o'clock right now. He's got
All right,
2
why
hours.
don't we do this? We will start the show right now.
That's fine.
Okay.
You go
So
with
what
that?
I'm gonna do is I'm
Hold
gonna-
on. I'm the Duke of recording. B Rob, can you record an ISO track starting now? Where it's just
What?
you talking?
Oh, record my own shit? Hold on.
Yeah.
But just you, like a solo track.
Hold on. Wait a minute. God damn it.
I think I
That's
hear you
okay,
on the
buddy.
show.
I'm
God
so
damn,
sorry.
Rob, I wanted those
I'm
smooth voices. I'd
I'm
kill
so
for things like that.
Hey.
I forgot to turn my fucking light on, John. Oh no.
I mean, you are the light. What you need to turn it on?
That was beautiful.
Everything want to update now. Audacity, everything.
Oh damn! You know when it does that, John? I just turn my computer on, and you get that little box that's like loading.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's just like I don't even
I miss this.
come in my room anymore. It's just like I go to work, I come home, I do shenanigans, I pop in here for like 5 minutes, and I'm out of this bitch.
You haven't shaved in like 3 weeks, dude. That's what it is. Where this is actually an intervention. You've been working too much and doing too much other shit. You need to come podcast with your friends.
I'm trying. All right, no.
So what's up, gentlemen?
Did this shit work?
Hello, John.
All right.
Well, the good news is I told my wife I was going to be on long tonight because I was supposed to be recording with certain somebody. I'll remain nameless. I don't know which side he's on. The retard in the hat. So I'm good.
Time up for my offensive Cracker Barrel.
I think
Oh,
I'm I think I'm recording myself.
All right, I'm going to say something. Is it picking it up now?
Nope, I'm not getting any waves.
Okay.
good.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to hit this thing right now.
You want me to start over or just leave it right here? You can save the shit for later.
Why don't we all
You can
start?
cut it out. We have an editor.
All right. I got 5 more minutes on the time if you want to talk
I don't
about
know
it.
what you're talking about. All right, here's what I'm going to do. What I want you, I'm going to stop talking for 5 seconds. All right, so
That was impressive.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
Stop it, guys. I want Rob to say hello.
Hello.
Jody, say hello.
Titties.
Edward, say whatever you want. So what's up, gentlemen? You need to say something, dickhead, so
Hello.
it's on your track.
It's on my track. It'll be on the same track.
Okay, fine.
Derp.
Don't yell at our editor like that,
How
Jimmy.
dare you?
He's a professional.
How dare
He
you?
worked for me.
True.
I'm not gonna do what that broad did down in Austin. All right. Yeah, here we go.
Rob, you missed.
I'm going to play the music over and everything else.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start it.
Let's start it over again.
I got a chafe on my shaft now because I've been beating off all goddamn day.
Welcome to episode 82 of the Rubberneckers podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John Jamingo. Alongside me, I have that motherfucking Jody Bananas.
Hey, buddy.
We also have editor Ed here with us.
Hey.
And special guest B-Rob from Rob's Rambling Rants.
Are we getting
random.
double audio?
Yeah, that is weird. It started echoing all of a sudden.
It did?
Is it me?
All right.
Edward did. Hang on. Let's try that one more time. Say something.
All right, it's straight now.
It's good. Weird.
All
You want me to, let me try this. So, joining us, B-Rob. He's the host of the Random Ramblings with Rob podcast. He's also a co-host on the RBR Wrestling Weekly show, I think.
Yeah,
He's done-
weekly wrestling talk.
B-Rob is one of my oldest podcast friends and probably one of
Yes.
my oldest Twitter friends. We met about the same time. He's one of my people that I was inspired by. He'd been doing a show about a year, so now our anniversary is a year apart. So every time he's like, I've been doing this for motherfucking 8 years. And I'm like, I know it's 7 for me. He's the person who gave me the nickname That Motherfucker, as a matter of fact. So just a fun fact. Me and B-Rob go way back.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
he is that motherfucker.
Sounds better when he says it.
Okay.
Honestly, I forgot why I started calling you that. It's probably because you was just being you, and I was like, that motherfucker Jody B.
Before I had a podcast, I was an avid podcast listener, and I would listen to Rob's show, and I would call his voicemail, and I would leave just random shits. I would talk shit to him, all kinds of stuff. And so I was dubbed That motherfucker Jody B.
There you go. He know better than I do. That's why I record things, because I don't remember shit. So I have an audio log of all my memories and shit.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so since you are a Marine, you are an ex-Marine, is that correct?
Retired.
Retired?
I am. There's no X unless you do some heinous shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I can think of a few. That guy that just choked that other dude on the train's probably going to be arguing some shit.
So I have a question to ask you, because I'm dying to talk to somebody that is a Marine.
How many men have you killed this year?
No.
Wait. Oh, sorry.
I want to go back to this Daniel Penny, where he was indicted for the choke holding death of Jordan Neely.
Jeez, you made my wife laugh in the other room, John. How about that?
That's what I do. What's your feelings on this?
So the cat choking the dude on the train.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that we like to say is a good initiative, bad judgment. So I mean, if he was trying to intervene, and because I don't know the complete and full details, I'm not gonna lie to you. But if he was intervening on behalf of somebody trying to, save the life or protect someone else, good initiative. But he held that a little bit too long, causing someone's death. Bad judgment. So I mean, when the motherfucker is being compliant after you put the move on him or whatever. It's just like you got to know when to let go.
Damn. So what if the guy was like also a retired service person? Could it be like a court martial thing, or do you just have to deal with federal law when you be killing people on trains?
Yeah, I mean, once you out, I mean, that's you subject to civilian law. I don't think they
Okay.
pull you back in to do anything to you. I mean, they might use it against you to try to build a case. It's like, oh, he was professionally trained. He's know how to kill people with paper clips and shit.
I seen him do it.
But he's still in. He's still a member.
Oh yeah, so he getting double whammy. He gonna get it from both sides. He gonna get the civilian law and military law.
If you're gonna choke somebody, make sure they're also a service person. Then you get court martial. That's probably better.
But his testimony
is better.
And he had two other people helping him try to restrain this guy, that when he let him go, he checked him and he was still breathing, and they put him in the recovery position and everything else. So, and they called 911, and when they got there, by that time he had passed away.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, man.
You ever choke anybody out in your civilian life, Rob?
I wanted to.
I haven't had the chance to do it yet.
I've come close. I mean, I deal with people of that caliber every fucking day.
Rob is currently employed as like a security person, I think, correct? Still?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
licensed to carry security person. I wouldn't want to fuck with B-Rob. He keeps that ratchet on him.
I know you. I mean, you would think that would be a deterrent or whatever. I mean, that's basically what my job is, to be a deterrent. I am there in a uniform with a gun and other implements on my belt. Why would you want to cause a scene here, knowing that I can pull the strap or beat you with a baton or something, or pepper spray?
I wouldn't fuck with you just because of your beard. I'd be like, that dude's a savage. I don't want no parts of him.
Yeah, man, you should have seen me before, man. Shit, that was a smooth-faced criminal.
All right, so I have another story about Marines. This is from our friend Jody B here.
Oh, this was crazy. He probably heard about this story.
Man, I don't watch the news.
All right, so pause it a second.
So there's 3 Marines. They're in St. Timothy during the Memorial Day weekend.
Oh God.
Having a good time, right? Marines on Memorial Day weekend. I imagine you get into some things.
Bunch of teenagers are shooting fireworks off on the beach. A errant firework hit one of the Marines. So they told the kids to knock it off.
What's that shit you said? Good form, bad judgment, or whatever the fuck?
Good initiative, bad judgment.
Right.
Yeah.
So
when you shoot fireworks on the beach and you happen to nick a retired service Marine,
now these guys
just move on.
These guys are still active duty.
Damn it! I'm trying to help.
I have an incident regarding fireworks on a side after we cover this.
So they said to him, they said to the teenagers, "Hey, knock it off! You're going to hurt someone or whatever."
And then they said, "Hey, suck our fucking dicks," because they're teenagers,
right? And this one teenager decides to run up and punch one of the Marines in the back of the head.
We are learning new details
All right, so he punches him in the back of the head.
tonight about
And now the Marine turns around and says, "You know what, you little bastard?"
Oh no.
a group of 30 teenagers.
He runs right into the middle of all those.
Okay, so
teams.
pause.
Yeah.
This has got to be like a would you rather or a how many could you be, Rob?
Yeah,
How
it's like,
many
would you-
teenagers?
Yeah, would you like to fight with a duck-sized horse or 100 horse-sized ducks or
Yes.
something like that?
So, like, how many teenagers legitimate? You got a teenage daughter. You've had like 2 or 3, 4, 12 kids by now.
I have no more teenagers.
What
I have
I'm
a-
saying is, you are
yeah.
aware of the size, girth, strength of your average teenager. Like, how many teenagers do you think you could legitimately fuck up if you had given the opportunity? They're trying to whip your ass. How many of them you think you could put down, Rob?
I think I could take 2. That third one is possible if we playing spades, but any more than that, I don't think I'm gonna do it. That's why I keep the strap on me, man.
I don't know, dude. I bet you could get at least 5 or 6. You don't think so? Just headlock
don't
and you can
know,
knock
man.
their little noggins together.
So,
they don't know how to fight.
look,
They're teenagers.
Look, dude, there's different echelons of teenagers right now. So they got like little legitimate like movie style teenagers or whatever. That's like, slim trim. They look like an actual fucking kid,
Like a child.
Then you got the ones that freaking grow up and be in the 7th grade as tall as Shaquille O'Neal. Then you got the ones that their parents don't love them and they freaking channel their aggression into like inanimate objects and small animals and shit. So it's like,
In this
it
case,
just
they were shooting
depends.
fireworks at each other on the beach on Memorial Day because you can.
Yeah, well, those I don't know. I'm still sticking with my 3 and the P on that.
Yeah, I think 3 probably could handle 3. So he runs into the crowd. So the other Marine
Caught on camera brutally
He just
attacking
stage
3
dove.
off-duty Marines last Friday night in San Clemente. 9 teens have been identified and arrested, all of them juveniles. The beating happened after the
Jesus
Marines and the
Christ.
teens got into an argument on
At
the
least
San
all
Clemente
3 of them
pier.
curled together.
And then struck a Marine in the back of the head, prompting him to respond. A melee ensued, forcing the 2 Marines into the fetal position
I
until
think those ladies were there. Damn, is that their moms?
I don't know. Doesn't look good for the Marines right now.
I mean, hey man, that's how it is. It's just like
I
You
think
go-
that's fair. I think that all is fair right there. What just happened, right?
yeah,
We just walk away from this one?
You go with who you came with or whatever. So he took the ass whipping with his homeboy. He went out with his buddy and he gonna go down with his buddy. So that kudos for that at least. They fetal position together. They was holding arms and shit. I saw that.
Yeah. So again, they arrested 9 teenagers. They're still going over film. There could be others that are arrested.
I don't know what these young Marines are made out of, but do you think Arlie Ermy would be cool if he saw this video of a bunch of kids kicking the shit out of 3 active servicemen? He'd be like, "You gotta be goddamn kidding me!"
That's the thing too, is just like the title gives you I guess like expectations, but I mean it's the same thing. Like I was talking about the different echelons of teenagers. It's like that with Marines as well. I mean, you got the ones that was born and bred for this shit. They come from a family, a bloodline of this military stuff.
Sure.
And then you got the other ones that just like kind of did it on a dare, or you got the other ones that just got sweet talked by a recruiter. And now they
Oh, I didn't
doing the
even think
job.
about that. I just assume you're all fucking crazy, bloodthirsty beings.
No, I mean, the only people that have been vetted and put through the paces is the Air Force, because they don't let anybody in there.
Everything else is, yeah, come on in, dude. We'll give you some money and a place to stay for the weekend.
Just
Let's
like-
go, dude.
The recruiter be like, "Hey, man, you got a post, dog? Come on in."
Yeah, but the
No.
Marines, I mean, the Marines are not, they're not just your ordinary branch of the military. I mean, isn't that their basic training is basically hell, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're God's favorite, but it's just like still the recruiters are the ones to blame.
Okay.
You know, you need that quota. You need to make your numbers and shit. I mean, it's just like how we assume police officers got to write X amount of tickets. Motherfucking recruiters have to get X amount of people every month. So, I mean, you get your top tier athletes and everything or whatever. And sometimes you just kind of get like the dude working in the fry kitchen in the back of a fucking Popeyes or something. I don't know.
You want to do something with your life, kid? You want to go to college? Take this pamphlet. You could be a Marine.
Yeah, victim of circumstance. Hey, man, I got student debt. I got to pay this off. Hey, we'll take care of that, buddy. Come on in. We got a $10,000 bonus. Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing but a sweet talk, baby.
You feel like with inflation, they would offer a little more at this point, right? But at least bump that shit up to 20. It's been 10,000 since I was a kid.
But at the same time, it's just like, if you're desperate, 10,000 is 10,000, regardless of the situation.
That's the biggest number I've ever heard. I'm 36 years old, you know?
Hey, there's something a lot of people are trying to get out of a situation. Like the Marine sounds like paradise. I mean, if you're living in a place, low income, you know, you're kind of like in the hood or, you know, in some downtrodden city or something like that. It sounds like a good deal. And for a lot of people, it is. I mean, they get out. Yeah. They get training, you know, they get to see the world.
Some camaraderie. You get to beat up with your brothers so you learn your fucking place in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, there's all kinds of the spectrum of folks in there.
Man, I kind of like, I don't disagree with other countries how like they make, as soon as you turn 18, it's mandatory 2 years of military service, regardless. Yeah. Unless you're going to college or some shit like that.
There's a lot of those fucking countries, dude.
Yeah, I wish they would institute that here because, like, I think
it would be a great idea.
I mean, the military is great if you don't have a plan. You know, even if, I mean, I ain't gonna even lie. Even if you're trying to escape some shit, I mean, it's a good option.
Just disappear for a few months and relocate.
Never come back. Never come back.
If you play it right, I mean, you know, I've and I could speak to this from hindsight or whatever, you know.
Yeah, we're all three actually actively recruiting military people right now. So I hope the check comes in the mail, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but like,
guys,
if you play it right, I mean, it'll come up all aces for you, man. Because like, you can go in at 18 like I did. You know, I went in under different circumstances. I can speak to me real quick. I went in at 18. I had my first wife, then girlfriend, already knocked up and shit. So I was going with a purpose of, you know, providing for a family and everything. But you take that off the board, you just a kid, no aspirations of college. You join the military at 18, you'll get military training. Depending on what job you get job training and job experience. You know, you get free housing, free food,
benefits,
you know, free medical.
Teeth get fucked up. Yeah, you get your teeth fixed.
Yeah. All that shit, and they will legitimately take care of you. But seeing that nothing is free, you will have to sacrifice some things. But if you just like a single guy or gal or whatever, and you just like have no real tethers or nothing, no bills or anything, you can live the fucking maid life. You don't have to buy food. They give it to you. I mean, it's not the best, but it's something in your body. You don't have to worry about rent. You don't even have to have a motherfucking phone because, I mean, you live where you work, more or less.
Can I argue that point, sir? Because you're making it sound real nice and everything, but to me, it sounds a little bit like enabling, no? You know how they say kids these days, they live in their fucking parents' basement and they don't pay rent, they do all that stuff, but then when they get 20 some odd and they get kicked the fuck out, they got no plan, they end up homeless and all this other shit. Like,
well,
is that not a little bit of a catch-22 though?
That's kind of the parent fault though, you know? Because like,
well, I'm saying in comparison, you're doing that. They don't fucking make you pay bills, and then all of a sudden you get retired for whatever reason you don't know how to maintain. You end up homeless.
Well, that's fucked. Well, case in point, my son is 20. He'll be 21 in December.
Yeah,
he graduated. He went to Louisiana, stayed with my grandparents for a while, got him a job. Oh well, my parents, his grandparents. Got him a job and everything and whatever. And we, you know, he went down there with the intent that, hey, he's grown, he's an adult, you know, he's trying to find his way. You know, this is my second child. We'll talk about the first child later. So I'm getting calls from my parents, his grandparents, about, hey, he fucking up. He doing this. He ain't doing this. Blah, 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 blah. And it gets to the point to where, like, I'm tired of the motherfuckers calling me about my kid ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So I go down there to Louisiana. We have the hip to hip, knee to knee conversation.
I hope you drove all the way down with a belt in your fucking hand, B-Rob, like tied around a steering wheel. That's at least a 6-hour drive.
These are my belts. Nah, it's 2.5. I live. It's 2.5, so I can get there on the
That's
whim.
just enough time to get pissed off and not run out of steam. Am I right, Jamingo? Like you can be pissed for a couple hours. You can't be pissed for 7 hours straight. Like then you might kill a motherfucker when you show up in the driveway.
So I pull up on him, and I was like, "Hey, you got to work today?" He's like, "Yeah, what time?" "All right, I'll be there." Shot down from Houston, pulled up in the driveway, told my dad, because motherfucker don't want to drive either. So my dad, 91 years old, taking him to fucking work. I was like, okay. I was like, I got you, Pops. Drove him to work, sat him down in the parking lot. We got there an hour early, chewed his ass for 1 hour straight. And I was like, look, I'm going to give you, from the time that you go into and clock in, I'm going to give you a month to get your shit together. And if the clock strike midnight on this day and you ain't straight, you ain't doing what the fuck you're supposed to do, I'm coming to get you and you're coming home. I don't care what plans you got in your head or whatever the fuck you got going on here. It's done.
Why do you think they call it kidnapping? I hope you called him the N-word.
Nah, I don't do that.
I know. Still.
But month fly by. He did good for a little while, but it started reverting back to the same shit. So I cut that month in half. And I just rolled up. I was like, hey, it's time. Put your shit in your truck and let's go. So he's here now. He's got a job, steady paycheck. I manage his finances. I'm on his account. So if you fucking off, I can look at it. I don't touch his money per se, but I look at his account. I was like, hey, look, come sit with me. This is your account. This is okay. So, I mean, you got to get necessities. You make groceries. I make him make his own groceries separate from what we got in the house. I make him budget his shit every month. If he got subscription fees and everything, because he like Crunchyroll and anime and shit. So we budget that every fucking month. I'm giving him the fucking tools. I charge him rent every goddamn month. But this is a secret. Don't tell nobody, y'all. I don't spend his money. I keep it for him. So when he's stable, when it's time for him to actually fucking leave, I'm giving him that money back to give him a boost on the way out.
Nice.
So
that's a good fucking dad move.
People don't do shit like that. Because like I did put that fear into my kids, but I didn't give them the inside like what I'm giving you right now.
The exit strategy.
I was like, hey, when you graduate, you getting the fuck out. You better go join the military. You better find a job. You better go to college. You better do something. I put that fear into them, but I didn't give him the back plan like I'm giving y'all right now. So like my oldest kid, she 21 now, about to be 22 in January. She left the house, got a fucking job. Like as soon as she graduated high school, she had a job and, did it all, graduated, walked across the stage, walked into a motherfucking job. And she's been working ever since, and she don't ask me for shit. She don't call and ask for money. She barely even call me to check on me, Yeah. She'll hit me with life updates and she was like, hey, I'm about to enroll in school again, which she just did like a week ago. So she's going back to school.
Women are better at life. I get your point, B-Rob. God damn it.
She's doing this shit on her own. And she was the one initially that I was worried about the most over the boy.
Yeah. You know what you should do? And I'm being dead serious right now because you have your military experience and you're fucking a good dad. You should do this for people that get out. You should be looking for young military people that come out with no fucking shit and all that. You should offer your services and be like, listen here, motherfucker. I help you with your rent. I'll keep shit on a payment plan. I'll make sure I'll watch your finances. And when you're fucking up, I'll tell you to stop fucking up like a coach for retired military people. Because you told me that transition was hard. It took a minute to get used to that shit. Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
He got into the fucking military. Then 9/11 happened, John. Ain't that a bitch?
Jeez.
I wasn't even a year in.
He was like, I'm gonna go to college.
Year in.
I'm gonna get to learn some shit. And then nope, Fallujah, bitch. Get over there.
And that's another thing too. I went into the military without the intent of going to college. I never wanted to go to school beyond high school. I hated fucking school when I was in it. I like the people. I like lunchtime and shit and sports, but I hated fucking school, academic shit or whatever. I did more shit academically within the military than I would have did if I went to college full time.
Right. They make you read books and manuals and shit.
Yeah, because I mean, it's pretty much military is kind of like college or whatever. You go there, you got a dorm and shit. You have PME classes on your job and other things related to the military, like rifle shit, infantry shit, your job, somebody else's job in case that motherfucker go down. So you got to be able to work his shit too, just in case, you know. And then you have billeting. You have other jobs within the military because, like, housing. I was a barracks manager, so I had to manage housing and shit. I had to wear multiple hats or whatever. And especially when you get in rank, then you get into management. You got to manage the motherfuckers under you and make sure they ain't fucking up and all this other shit. And it's just
teach you how to be a daddy. That's
to
what
be
it
honest
is,
with you.
dude.
That's why, again, it makes you grow up. It makes you responsible. I think kids today, they think everything, as my father used to say, everything's good time fucking Charlie with you. You know, I kind of grew up working for my father, and you know, if he would give you shit to do. And I remember this is what his famous saying is, I don't pay you to tell me what you can't do. I pay you to tell me what you can do.
Yeah.
So there's kids. I mean, now there's kids out there, they take a camera, they're doing TikToks and they're making funny videos. And then what they do is they go into places and they set up a camera and they walk up on some unsuspecting person and they start this thing and they don't know how it's going to end up.
Oh, is this a setup, John? Please tell me it is. Okay, hold, pause.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
one thing.
I seen this. I like this
Okay,
shit.
so let me tell you a little something you might not know about B-Rob. He
It's
has
Walmart.
two earthly loves in this world. It's Taco Bell and Walmart.
Yes.
I got a Taco Bell with a Walmart here. He come down here, he'd fucking die in the parking lot. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, and my pants would be tight.
That's right.
Like,
We're walking all through the fucking produce section. So look, I've said this before, and I'm a proponent of this right now. Stop pranking black people. They don't like it.
Stop pranking people, period.
Yes.
Also,
Stop
that
pranking people.
specifically, don't prank people, but also don't prank motherfuckers that are bigger than you in a Walmart that happen to be black dudes because they don't like it.
First of all,
This what you do. You set it up and you prank your homeboys or whatever. That's
yeah,
what
something
you do.
like that. First of all, these guys are idiots because there's no way when I play this, you guys are going to your jaws are going to drop.
We got two dudes
I
dressed
know.
up in straw hats and overalls. I think the one dude in the back is mixed, but he ain't got no shirt on. So this is a real tough fucking look that they're walking. They're on an episode of Swamp People.
All right, so let's play it and we'll stop it as we.
You hand me that there thread there, boy.
Excuse me?
You the only one can reach it. Tall.
Now, again, this guy's being respectful. I mean, they walk up, they disrespect him right away. He's like looking like, well, you know, and now he's looking side eye because these are dressed like two fucking country bumpkin rednecks.
They look like the Godwins from WWF. Like, I would have thought they were going to come in and start clotheslining me and shit.
Not only that, but they're walking up and calling him boy and shit. It's like, boy, you see a boy around here, you could suck his dick. You know, there ain't no boy around here. So again,
Boy, hand it to me now.
Right there too.
Henry. Hey, shut your mouth and let me battle him right now, boy.
Battle.
right now, I would
Rap battle? What kind of battle we have in here, dog?
The freestyle in this bitch.
You're gonna lose.
That this gentleman has, I would have punched him in the face right then. Right then.
What's
So
he got? At least half a foot and probably 30, 40 pounds on that fella?
Well, the guy's doughy. He's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. In other words, you notice he's not shirtless in his overalls because his boobs would be hanging out the side.
He's a little thick in the middle. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If it were me, if I was the guy in all black, I would have been laughing because this shit would have been hilarious to me. Because like,
has anybody ever called you boy like that? That's not a thing, right?
Well, I mean,
you are from Louisiana. You might have had
Yeah.
that a couple times.
but that's the
dude.
thing, though. I mean, I get the connotation or whatever. I mean, I get the projection if
I felt
depending
it.
on how you say it
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's just like that don't bother me. You know, I mean, I would think it's hilarious, and it's like when I play these scenarios in my head a lot, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I
Like a
walk
Steven
around this-
Seagal movie, I hope. As he just throw 'em through the aisles.
especially since now I carry the strap on me like on duty and off duty. It's just like, do I have to go in my waistband? You know. But in this situation right here, if this was me, I would have laughed. And then when he was like, "Shut up," you know, I'm about to battle this boy right here. I was like, I would have turned and left. If he would have put his hands on me, it would have been a different story.
I'd have run
Like,
away. If I was
just
happened to
turned
be
and
the
left.
fellow, I would have said, he called me the N-word and ran the fuck out just as fast as I could. And just let everybody else deal with his shit.
The other thing is these guys are idiots for the simple fact is they don't know this gentleman. He could be a gang member. He could be packing heat right now. He could pull out a pistol and shoot both of them in the fucking head and walk out like a badass. They have no idea.
Wouldn't that be a
Especially in
great
Texas.
video? Yeah, that's right.
Right? Oh, the cops, you see him laying on the floor bleeding out, and all of a sudden about 15
It was
minutes,
a prank. It was a prank. Yeah.
sitting
Good
there
prank.
with the camera. So here we go.
Hand it to me now. ASAP, Rocky.
This thread right here.
Yeah.
Why you that's what the boy? Why you keep saying boy though?
You
The
understand
ASAP
what I'm
Rocky
saying,
was good.
That was pretty good.
bro? Hear what he said, right?
What's wrong, bro? You the fuck kind of? What you mean, boy?
Don't you touch him, boy. He's part of me. No, bro, it's a prank. Bro. It's a prank.
Oh, strung him up.
Bro, it's just a prank, man. It's a prank, man. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank, man.
I mean, that's why I'm looking around for the camera,
Oh.
though.
Damn.
Man, y'all play too.
Fuck my mic up and shit. Damn, boy.
My bad, bro.
Again,
He even said he was sorry.
he even said he was sorry.
What a world. Walmart is a wonderful place sometimes.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, man. With the way shit is now, I'm immediately looking around for the camera. 'Cause
Sure.
it's like, because nobody, not in my 41 years of life ever have I been in the vicinity of anything like that, or have I been a part of anything like that.
He was smart
know?
enough to use the pillow aisle. I'll give him that.
There was good thing he wasn't in the hardware aisle. You don't do
Yeah,
that around
sure.
your hammers. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, because I'm sizing shit up. Camera. All
Yeah,
right.
if he'd have done
Bye,
that shit
y'all.
in New Orleans, Louisiana, like John said, he'd have shot both of them in the fucking head and walked away. It'd be like, whoops.
Clean
stepped
up on
over
aisle
him.
6. Oh, like that, what was that AI walked over old boy?
You know, back in the day when when I first started driving, drinking and driving wasn't as like it was now. Like they would take your beer away, you might get a ticket. It was no
Can you
big
imagine, Rob?
You didn't
Like
get
I've been in the years of the MADD, like you don't drink drive. They've always preached that shit. John was like, we invented drunk driving.
No.
It was 1974.
So there was a time when they made the law and the people were like, God damn.
Mad about it.
It
They were
wasn't that long ago, guys. It was like 1980 something.
I know. I lived through it.
Here we go. Here's some gentlemen right here. It's a news report.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some
Look
as
at all those
downright
cigarettes.
undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common this when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it
Pause
law.
it.
You can't drink when you want to.
With the baby in the front seat.
Listen, I'm kind of on his side, but I don't know, dude.
It doesn't really stop. I remember, when we used to work, when I was working in the elevator business, Fridays, the guys would go, they'd have a cooler in the back of their van and they'd have like a 6-pack of beer and they would stop in a parking lot, open up the back door and they'd drink a couple beers or something like that and drive the fuck home. Now I wouldn't.
I used to drink and drive with my uncle. He would drive. I was just in the passenger seat, but he kept the cooler behind the seat with Bud Light, oddly enough.
My dad.
We'd suck them down and throw them out the little fucking slidey glass window in the back. And sometimes they went in the truck bed, sometimes they went out. But who gives a shit, right?
Dude, my dad had like I think it was like a box Chevy or some shit. It was some boxy ass car back in the day. And I can remember being a fucking kid and that motherfucker would be driving, pop the can, chug it, throw it in the back seat. Literally the back seat floorboard all the way up, flush with the goddamn back seat full of beer cans. And know how he would atone for that? We would take all them aluminum to the scrap yard and he would give me the money.
Pretty good.
So when I was 13 years old, my father him and his buddy they were partners on a race car and the track was about an hour and a half away. So there was 2 people in the truck. So they would be in the front of the truck. I would be in the back in the bed with the tires, the tools, the fuel and all that shit and the cooler of beer. And he would knock on the window.
Oh, that's great.
and I would go in the cooler, get a
Like
beer,
a bartender.
stand up and reach
What you
around
need, boss?
and hand him the beer, 2 of them.
I'll
for
take
the
2.
For the driver of the race car and him on the way to the track.
Hopefully he tipped you.
Tip me? What are you kidding me? So then because I was under 18, I couldn't get in the pits. So my dad would give me back then. He'd give me like $5, so that way you could get soda, French fries, or whatever you wanted. And I would go up into the stands, and then he would go to the track. And his driver would crash. I used to say there wasn't anything on the track that he didn't hit except the snack bar. And I said, now I'm thinking to myself, you think maybe it was like the 6-pack of beer that maybe he drank on the way that fuck up there that was probably the issue?
Yeah. The key to drunk driving is you can't just do it willy-nilly. You got to practice. You get a little drunk and then you drive kind of close to your house.
You know what's more dangerous than drunk driving? Goddamn tired driving. That shit is insane. I can remember 2 incidents in my whole fucking life. So, I mean, majority of my life has been in the military. So granted, and the majority of the time I've been stationed on the East Coast. So from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina to my front door in Lake Charles, Louisiana is like over 18-hour drive.
Oh shit, are you getting any money for the poison water or whatever? All the diarrheas and whatever happened with Camp Lejeune?
It wasn't in my time frame.
Ah, fuck.
That was like the 80s, man. I was just like barely a baby.
I pretend at least. Make some shit up.
But like I would do that drive a lot. 18 hours, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I can remember, depending on the route that you take, because sometimes I would just go straight down 95 to I-10, just a big L all the way to Louisiana. See, I mean, that's 95, I-10. I drove it so much, I got it tattooed on me. But sometimes I would drop down, hit I-20 and go through Augusta and Atlanta and all the other bullshit, go through Birmingham and all that. That I can remember vividly going through Atlanta, hitting I-20, and there's a stretch coming from Augusta to North Augusta, which is Georgia to North Carolina. And there's a sign that'll pop up and be like, hey, 20 miles or something to I-95. That's when I know I make my transition and start going north.
Sure.
The last thing I remember is hitting that I-20, seeing that sign, and waking up on I-95.
How far?
Don't know how I did it.
Yeah, magic.
But it's just like I went to sleep on I-20 and I woke up going north on I-95.
Just muscle memory, dude.
I destroyed a car one time coming home. I was about a mile from my house, and I just long blinked, and I woke up and I was doing 70, and the car in front of me was doing 50, and I was about 10 feet from his bumper, and I didn't even get to the brake. And at the last minute, he saw me coming, and he jerked his wheel to the right, to the left, and I jerked mine to the right.
Back into the left.
And he went out into the medium strip. My car's destroyed. I was driving on the revoke list, so I was going to go to jail if anybody was hurt.
Oh shit!
So
scandalous.
I never stopped. The car was still driving.
Jesus Christ!
And I drove it to my uncle's farm, and I went and drove it.
I set that motherfucker on fire. You just admitted to a crime.
Did you hide it in the hay bales? This would make the story complete.
Here's what happened. I drove it next to the tractor, which had a canvas cover over it. I took the canvas cover over it, off of the tractor, threw it over top of my car. 2 days later, in the middle of the night, we towed my car with the canvas on it to their gas station, and me and 4 of my friends cut it into little pieces and took it to the junkyard. I couldn't find the license plate. I thought the license plate was still on the highway, so we went back at like 4 o'clock in the morning. We're looking through all the debris that was on the road, and we couldn't find the license plate. When we cut the car apart, the license plate had come off the bumper and wrapped around between the motor and the frame, and it was stuck in the frame. So back then, I knew the guy that worked at the scrapyard. So my nickname back then was Pork Chop. So he said, "Hey, Pork Chop."
How'd you get that name?
Because I was always a big, thick guy. So he's like, "Pork Chop, did I see your car in the scrapyard?" I said, "Shut the fuck up. You don't know nothing." "All right, Pork Chop, I'll keep my mouth shut."
I bet they didn't even say the R. I bet it was just Poke Chop.
Poke Chop.
P-O-K-E.
Poke Chop.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So you're right.
So John killed a guy once.
It's no good. What's that?
Drunk driving. I said John killed a guy once. Sleepy driving.
I be honest
This
with you,
cross-eyed bitch is going to put her baby through. I don't even think that baby's buckled in. I think he's just sitting in the front seat of that pickup
probably might be
That's
sitting on-
probably a goddamn pillow in the front.
truck.
We only got a couple more seconds.
You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving, and pretty soon we're gonna be communist country.
Pretty soon they'll be communist country. Where-
Communist country.
You know, I mean, we know media and movies influence the world or whatever, and it's just like, I wish we had more of that in a positive light. Because, like, case in point, she talking about the seatbelts and everything. In older movies and older sitcoms and all this other stuff, you would never see a motherfucker jump in the car and put on the seatbelt. When it started becoming a problem and everything like that, and everything like drunk driving and all this other stuff, you started seeing there's not a movie that you can look at now to where a motherfucker don't jump in the car and put on the seatbelt before you drive off.
You've been training us.
So, like, I wish they would do that with sex and condoms, because there's like I cannot recall a movie off the top of my head except for Higher Learning, but that involved a rape prior to. Shut up, Siri. And to where like they implemented use of a condom prior to having sex, and it's like, why haven't we made that change when they talking about, you know, especially here in Texas, anti-abortion and all this other bullshit? I mean,
oh, you mean like they need to subliminally do it? Because the only one I can think of is a 40-year-old virgin. That's the only thing I can even remember seeing a condom in, really.
Listen, I don't care how many movies they put it in there. Guys know what it's like to have sex with a condom and what it's like to have sex without. And if they can get a chance to bareback it, they're going to bareback it. So what can I tell you?
Tom Segura said feeling pussy for the first time raw is like feeling melted or eating melted cheese for the first time after you've had cheese. You're like, this is the best goddamn thing ever. And it's like, have you tried melted cheese? You're like, what?
Especially you come across a fondue fountain, boy. Shit.
I didn't know they made cheese like this.
Man, you mean I can dip my carrot in this? Oh, hold on. What else can I dip in this motherfucker?
I put my whole face off in this cheese fountain. Cheese in a can? Shit. But
I got another quick hitter video here where a gentleman thought he was going to get the jump on somebody. Here he is. He's going to pick something up. This man right here.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, hold on. Time out. Was that a jug of like laundry detergent?
I think it was orange juice or something. It was some kind of drink.
Oh,
but
juice. I thought he bopped him with that Tide.
I'll tell you what. Here's the problem.
Been a different conversation.
He just hit that guy with all his might and with something, and that guy just shook it off and look at him. And right now, this guy here, the guy in the
baby Roman Reigns, he looks like he's in fear for his life.
Yeah, well, he should be, because here we go.
Oh, stuffed him in there. No way.
See, this is the thing about current day social media and everything is two things about it. One is unfortunate when we have altercations or incidents and shit to where a motherfucker won't intervene and step in and try to help. They'll hold up the motherfucking camera. You know, that's the unfortunate thing about it. Two is when I see shit like this, a lot of it I feel like is staged.
Yeah,
because
he likes pro wrestling because it's pretty hard to stuff a grown man into a washing machine.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, I mean,
or a dryer
situation. It doesn't matter if the dude is, you know, bigger than me, or, you know, the weight dispute or the strength wise or whatever. I'm not actively letting you stuff me in the motherfucking dryer or washing machine or anything like that.
If you don't want to go in there, for sure.
If I don't, you know, that was too light for me. And especially if I was that dude and I seen the size disparity between me and that little motherfucker, he's getting stumped to sleep. He ain't getting put in a fucking bin or a trash can. He's getting pummeled with these hands and feet. You know, that's knee-jerk reaction. My knee-jerk reaction isn't to be like, oh, he just hit me with some liquid. Let me put him in a dryer. Nah, I want to put him on the ground. I'm going to bully
this guy first. I don't want to rip his skull out. That's not a priority.
There's no cognitive thinking when it comes to shit like this.
The good news is you're in a laundromat, you shit your pants, you can just clean them, you know? You don't have to throw out them jeans.
Because it's just like, think about some of these videos that you see to where, like, it just seems unbelievable in certain instances to where, like that Iowa shit we just watched. You can see a plethora of TikTok videos, a plethora of Instagram videos to where that same scenario happens.
Or somebody
But
getting
it's
beat
usually
up or wronged or whatever the thing is.
But usually it's two guys and some overly sexy girl, or vice versa, or whatever. And that's just like, you mean somebody had to go down to the end of that aisle that you're standing in, set up a camera on a tripod, or someone stand there awkwardly with a basket with their phone like this or like this or like this, and you don't fucking notice that, and you let this whole goddamn scenario play out. Come on, player. Come on, player. Everybody here for the likes and views and the clicks.
Well, I know. Yeah, I would say you're probably right. I don't know if that was set up though. Again, I think maybe they could have been friends, and then
if he would have taken his head, John, and like banked it off that steel fucking plate between the dryer doors
and then threw him in there, maybe
I would have believed that. But the fact that he just picked a grown man up and stuffed him in there, that seems you're doing the reverse. Like, you don't bully the guy and then kick his ass. You're already kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you get situations like this here, where you take your girl out for a little bit of you take her to Applebee's, and then she ends up acting a fool, drinks too much, and you got to take her out like this.
Oh, been there, am I right? B-Rob.
I've been there.
Can someone get the door? I got to drag her all the way to the car like that. I mean, don't you throw her in a fireman's carry over your shoulder and carry her out? I mean,
like you rescuing her from a fucking dragon or something, pick her up.
Yeah,
I've been the girl in that situation. Shit.
Yeah, I've been in that situation with Mrs. B. Rob, and it's just like it's only been in controlled environments though, so that's what I'm thankful for.
Is she unconscious? Like you said, why is nobody helping? He's dragging that bitch's shoes on the ground.
And then like, unless everybody in there knows the situation or whatever. I mean, this dude could have, like we saying in the chat here, could have Bill Cosby'd her and dragging her off to the car to do unspeakable things or whatever. There's nobody trying to intervene or even check in or call 911 or what? We were just want to hold the goddamn camera.
Bob,
you know what it is? Maybe it's a tranny, and he's like, "Well, I already paid for this fucking dinner, so."
Oh no.
You're coming with me, little boy. There's a drop. I saw that too because I thought it was a man. I said maybe the dude got drunk and passed out, but you look at it's wearing high heels and a skirt,
right?
Which doesn't necessarily mean it's man or whatever in 2023 Joe Biden's America. But yeah, dude, I think the joke I made on Twitter was he gave her the old Cosmopolitan.
Take two. Say that again.
Cosmopolitan.
Matter of fact, here we go. I got damn
video evidence of you dragging your wife out of the Applebee's.
Oh no. The video that we just saw, we got like a host chat in here. Here we go. Private chat. Here we go. The video we just saw at the laundromat.
Okay.
Aren't these the same two guys that I just sent you in the link right here?
Oh shit.
No, hang on a second. Let me get that. How do I do this?
It's gonna blow your shit wide open. Now you gotta subscribe to the channel and see what else that big dude stuffs that little Mexican guy into.
Wait a minute. Come on. Stop playing so fast. All right, let me get this over here.
That's why I tell her.
Yeah, stop coming so fast.
Slow down, bitch.
I'm almost there. All right, here we go.
You're gonna ruin your birthday.
Is it the same guys? Because I'll be really up.
Big bald black guy and little guy with the little man bun.
Here, hang on. Here we go. God damn it.
You got hosed. Now you just got to subscribe and enjoy the content, John.
Hang on a second. Let me see something here.
Same too.
It's them. John's having that. It's still real to me, damn it.
It's still real to me, damn it. Let me get back to this one. Is it this? So let me back it up. Oh, here it is. Yep. Man bun, beard. Get over to see if I can, how fast I can get over to the other one. And then this guy. Oh, come on.
Got him. Play the video. I want to see what he throws him into this time.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Fuck you! disrespect me like that. Fuck
That's
you
what I'm
think this
saying.
is?
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Camera, they got the camera going and everything.
yeah.
Can't we trust anything nowadays? Come on.
I don't trust this social media shit, especially because like I do a lot of shit in Walmart, and like I never
That's just hallowed grounds.
ever come across no shenanigans like that. I mean, not that I'm looking for it, but like as much as I'm in that bitch,
Yeah, you think you would have seen some shit by
something
now,
would have
right?
happened by now. I think the
Listen,
wildest shit I ever seen was just like motherfuckers dressed like Marvel characters and shit, and it wasn't Halloween.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen a fight in Walmart, and I live in Arkansas. Like, we are Walmart. We're the fucking the Taj Mahal or
that's
whatever you want to call it.
Ground zero for Walmart. Isn't that where the first wall was marted?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. Goddamn, Pillar in the chat talk about like that was absolutely real. They just ran into each other again on the street.
Oh, like Peter Griffin and the chicken. Just every time they see each other, they have to kick each other's ass.
They got to throw hands.
B-Rob, I hope you know that if I ever get to meet you face to face, we're going to lock up. You should probably bring your belt with you because it's going to be some serious shit.
See, it's right there.
I know. I'm coming for that shit.
Which one you want though? Because I got the world. I got the heavyweight. Was the world?
I want the classic. I don't want that new
I got
age
the
fangled
spinner belt.
bullshit.
I got the spinner belt too.
Spinner belt's pretty dope. When I meet you, we're gonna shake hands and then fucking just straight up collar tie. I'm gonna fucking clothesline you, dude, and then I'll let you DDT me or some shit.
Somebody's
Very
got
well.
to videotape that because I need that video.
I mean, I gotta go to Arkansas anyway because that's where the Mecca is, right? That's where the first Walmart at, ain't it?
I've never even been there. There's a Walmart here. I know we're getting off on a fucking riveting tangent. I think one of the small, like original OG Walmarts still is here. You should come see it. It's the size of like a big ass Fred's. Or like
I think that I don't know if it's in Arkansas, but I think
it's
they got
a
a
classic.
Walmart.
This is my point. Like it's still the same size. They don't have groceries in that bitch. They just got regular fucking Walmart shit in there. And
Yeah, I
it's
think
still
they
there.
got
They
a,
haven't updated anything.
I think they got a Walmart museum there as well in Arkansas somewhere. I follow them on Instagram. I forget where it is though. And also, not only do I have to go to the birthplace, the Mecca, which is Arkansas, I have to go to Albany, New York, because that's the world's largest Walmart there. They got a motherfucking escalator for your shopping cart and shit.
They have one of them at a Target in Philadelphia. That's pretty cool. I actually worked on it one night, but
shopping cart escalator? That sounds dangerous as fuck.
It's separate though. So
Yeah,
like
you
you
don't
put your
go
cart
on
in the escalator and then you
And it
have your
goes up.
separate escalator for you.
Yeah, you
okay,
push it on
that's
there.
a little better.
You push it on there, and it has a little lip that comes up and holds it in there, and it takes it up and then pushes it right off at the top. And then you either take another escalator for you, or you go up the steps.
I would just be filling carts up with shit and sending it up the escalator randomly throughout the day, just to be a shithead.
You're why we can't have nice things.
I am.
Exactly. Hey, if I could change the subject here because I think we got time for one more story.
Yeah, sure.
So women say they have it so hard. Here's a woman here.
They do have it hard. Yeah, they do. That's how I got 3 kids.
She found out that she needed a new roof, and she had someone come out and give it an estimate.
She looks like skinny Chelsea Clinton.
Yeah,
Am I crazy?
She looks like the guy came there, did the estimate, started to try to do some of the work or whatever, and she was just like, so how can I pay for this?
I don't think
that's what she looked like to me.
Here, let her tell the story. Here we go.
Forrest Whitaker over here.
Tara, and I went viral for doing a photo shoot on my leaking roof. So a couple of months ago, I noticed my roof was leaking, and I went and got an estimate to get it repaired. Turns out it was in pretty bad shape, and the whole thing needs to be replaced. So the estimate was about $10,000.
Ooh, you could join the Marines.
I just died a little on the inside. And I panicked, and I decided to make an OnlyFans, try posting some non-risque content.
Excellent.
And it did not take off at all. I didn't get any followers. And so I figured might as well laugh rather than cry. So to make light of the situation, I climbed up on my roof, did a little photo shoot, just took a few selfies, and posted it in a Facebook group. To my surprise, I actually went viral.
So, shut up.
Oh, Jesus.
So she went viral, and she ended up getting the $10,000 for the.
She's all right.
No, I understand that, but
Mhm.
I mean, how desperate are men to give her money, all that money to get her roof fixed? You know,
She
there's not
looks
a woman
sad.
there's not one woman that gave her a dime. It's all men that think they're going to. You know what?
You don't know that. There are women that would probably bang her,
shit.
Jamingo.
They got the goddamn the girls that made like over $100,000 selling a cereal water off of Twitch or some shit.
Yeah.
Her name is Michelin.
Yeah,
Like
she
a
has her
tire.
2 little dogs.
Yeah. And she's got the pets.
Yeah, I don't know. I see things like this. Like she went to OnlyFans and she put non-risque stuff up on there. Well, if you've ever been to OnlyFans, you got to step up your game. There's women.
You're wasting your time, dude.
Yeah, if you're not going to go up there and show the inside of your who nanny,
Man, you got to at least put some feet on there or something.
Something, right? So
the bottom of your feet, your slick bottoms.
Damn. If I want to get a new car, I need to go outside and like a pair of fucking thong or something with my butt cheeks out and just like lay across it.
Nah,
Look at my old ass car.
No, you Jody, you like no lie, you got like you probably got some nichiest of the niche shit or whatever. If
Who you
started
calling
on
a
it,
niche,
man.
motherfucker?
Because like, I mean, you can do the finger thing, and you can just like dip your hand in weird shit or whatever. I mean, dog, there's a market for it. I'm telling you.
Oh, dude, I could just stuff my gimp hand in pudding all day for money.
See?
Like Old Faithful, every day at 3:00, I get a new bag of fucking tapioca pudding, and I fist it with my little fucking
just like
Ninja Turtle hand.
And then you just have like you can sometimes you can dress up in a little tuxedo like on Scary Movie 2. You can be like, this is some strong hand.
Hang on, I got to give my my face or my YouTube troll some love. He loves trying to get my attention in the chat. So there you go, buddy.
You do love paying for OnlyFans, don't you, John?
I'm not going to.
He said I don't love it when it comes out every month. It's like $148 fucking dollars, and I'm like, Jesus.
I told you what I do. I see somebody that's, it's either on Instagram or something. I'm like, and they got an OnlyFans. I said, you know what? How much it costs to see her naked? I go, look, maybe it's like $10 per month, or sometimes they run a special. I buy a month, I cancel it, I look at the content, and I'm done.
There was only one OnlyFans that I was intrigued, and then I actually pulled up the web browser and to check it out. And that was you remember the oldest girl from the Bernie Mac show?
No,
it's been a minute. They were kids when I watched the show, but I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The oldest kid out of the 3 that lived in the house or whatever.
The elf
she had
face
her own,
bitch.
Yeah, she got OnlyFans, and I was like interested.
She's like 43 now. That's fair.
Yeah.
So there's a woman who's on TikTok, and she was tall, red.
A woman on TikTok? Hold on.
Stop it.
She was in her 50s.
Craziest thing I ever heard.
And she came on and she would dance. Like she was a really good dancer. And I looked and she had an OnlyFans. I said, what? I could see her naked for how much? $10. Take my credit card.
What a deal.
So I went in, looked it over. I said, okay, I'm done.
Give me back my money. Yeah.
Like if I was on the street, this girl said, hey, listen, if you give me $10 cash, I'll get naked. I'd be like, there you go.
All right.
All right.
Show me them titties. I'll
No,
give you $8.
Like, I mean, I look at things differently now. It's just like, what would I waste $10 on today? Matter of fact, I'm thinking about what did I waste $10 on today? Motherfucking Smoothie King. I bought a damn 32-ounce smoothie today. $10 today with the tip. So I mean, like, I could have sacrificed that for some titties one day.
Sure. It's no harm, no foul. She gets $10, get to look at her cans, her 50-year-old cans. And let me tell you something. Those 50-year-old cans had some work done on them. Those 50-year-old cans looked like they were 25. So I would say it's $10 worth.
You have to change your name to Pussy King.
There was another one. There's another one. She was a truck driver. She was on TikTok.
Boy.
And she would come on and she'd be talking about, I'm taking a load here and I'm taking a load there. And we're going here. Now
innuendo.
she's on OnlyFans and she's taking more loads on OnlyFans than she ever did on an 18-wheeler. Tell you that right now.
Taking more loads than an ice road trucker. Jesus.
You know what, Mike? I'll give you 5. See what happens.
Oh, now we're auctioning. Bit of 4, bit of 5, now 6. Bit of now 5, would have been $7. Going once and twice.
Yeah, cursive butterfly, you're a troll. That's all. It's all right. Love you. Love you being here. I want to give you your attention.
Trolls.
You're
Let's
yelling at me
just
all the
talk
time.
about trolls.
I hope it's red. I hope it's red fucking with you.
How funny would it be if it was red? All right, everybody. I think that's about it because I have no idea how long we went, but I enjoyed this.
Yeah. That was an hour. B-Rob, what do you think? You good for a little bit longer? You need to go? What's your deal?
I know, man. I gotta prep or whatever because it's 10 o'clock here. So that's 10 o'clock bedtime for Mrs. B-Rob. So now I gotta go fumble through the dark and get my work clothes and shit together.
Yeah, dude. Go get some stank on your hang low for all the other lonely boys out there. High five.
Oh, yeah.
All right, dude. If you could, I'm just going to say, send me that audio when you can. Just send it to the email address that I sent you the link on so I can put this together and get it out. Because I have an editor now that I work for him. So I don't know.
By the editor's request, he wanted to get it ASAP because he's got shit to do. He's going to try to get some stank on his hang low tomorrow.
Yeah, you gotta get some his ASAP Rocky. I'll do
that. Could you give me that recording, boy? You want to do your plugs?
Yes. If you were enjoying my soft and sultry sounds and everything, you can find me once weekly, which I didn't even record my episode this week because I'm here and I'm doing other shit. On the Random Ramblings with Rob podcast. You can find me on social media at 3R Show on Twitter, at the 3R Show on Instagram. And if you like professional wrestling, you can find me Wednesday nights live after AEW Dynamite on twitch.tv // You can do either or. I just found that out not too long ago. You can be bisexual with the shit. Twitch.tv / RBR Wrestling. And you can find RBR Wrestling on various social media platforms, and you can listen to us live Wednesdays talk about wrestling.
It's still real to me.
Oh, he loves wrestling. I'll talk about wrestling.
It is.
Don't get me started. That's why we don't get to hang out a lot.
Shit. There it is. It's in the chat. I appreciate it.
There you go. Everybody, again, all our links are in the chat, in the show notes. And we will be back again next week. Next week, we have Vinny Paulini from, is that next week?
Vinny Paulino from the Creep Off podcast. And also
creep it off all over your face, neck, and chest.
Hopefully he'll show up on time. I don't want to have to fucking text him 2 or 3 times and bug him.
Hey, man.
I got to even do that
on my... Yeah, I got to do that even on my other podcast. They'll be like, hey, man, where you at? I was like, hey, fuck that. I got shit to do with my family.
That's right. Family first, bitch.
I got to be honest with you. This is episode 83. It's the first time we ever had to wait a half an hour. We're usually right on time. So
I know I'm a diva, man. Look at this beard. I rate certain privileges.
I'll tell you what, you are worth the wait. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll talk to you guys next week. All right. We are out. Let me shut this thing off here.